everybody.
Howdy.
We got our new Vast Apostate Army shirts.
Yes, yes. These are tailor-made.
Pretty nice.
Kim and I were going through some comments on our WatchTower.exposed.
There was
website.
a lot. It's taken me a while to go through all those.
But there was one that kind of really caught our eye, so we thought maybe we might talk about this one a little bit.
It appears to be a genuine JW apologist.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie. She says, this may come as a bit of a shock, but you do not mention anything we don't already know. Really?
Apparently you haven't watched enough of our videos yet, because we expose a whole lot that you don't know.
What bothers me the most is the glee that you show whilst hoping that people's lives will be destroyed.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
So I guess we'll get to Leslie in a minute.
Yeah, because look who just popped in!
Yes, this is glee, this is happiness.
Yes.
And to us, this is not lives being destroyed in your so-called Armageddon. This is happiness for people who have gained their freedom. So welcome all of you to your freedom.
And we have 6. Wait
Yes.
a minute. Didn't we just upload one of these yesterday?
So we've gotten 6
6
just since
more
yesterday.
in one day. Holy cow. Okay, it'll be these 6 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me get a little closer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, a couple more. We'll have the W finished right out. Lickety
My
split.
goodness. Okay, this is for Emily, Carla, a couple, Owen and Angie, and then another couple, Neil and Yvonne.
Wow.
So welcome to your freedom, everybody.
Absolutely. Welcome to your freedom. I can't speak about how much glee this puts in our eyes to be able to do this.
Well, this part makes me even happier because
Oh, yeah.
Owen was an elder and he just disassociated himself on December 10th. And so it was interesting. He says, last night, December 17th, my wife came home just disgusted and sickened by the elders giving the apostasy boogeyman scare tactic talk to alert the congregation about me. And she is getting ready to write her DA letter very soon.
You know, I wonder if he'll end up doing videos sitting in front of the Kingdom Hall and, you know, getting the Jehovah's Witnesses to go back into Kingdom Hall because they're afraid to get in front of the camera.
Yeah, and for those of you who haven't seen it yet, Mark did a shout out to Kent. Carl, sorry.
There we go. Yeah, because
Carl,
yes.
it's been a long day. It is funny. We're laughing right along with Carl, especially when they peek their head out the door and turn around and hightail it. And the best part is he has the phone tie-in, and at the end, it's just priceless of the announcement they make. So I'm not going to give it away or spoil it, but you guys have got to go see Carl's video about shunning. It's
Carl,
priceless.
I'll tell you, despite the wind, Kim and I face similar things when we tape outdoors. We gotta fight the wind from time to time. But despite the wind, brother, I'm telling you, it was just priceless to watch the way those Jehovah's Witnesses reacted because you're in front of the Kingdom Hall with a camera. I mean, it's priceless, but at the same time, it's sad because that's how we used to all think. We used to think the same way. I remember years ago, in our Arizona congregation, it was about 30 of them, if I remember correctly. It was about 30 of them that got, expelled and left as apostates. And we used to feel the same way. You'd see them in a grocery store or in a hardware store, and they'd be over there. Hey, hi, Mike, and you just totally ignoring them. I mean, that's actually shameful conduct. I'm sorry that I ever acted like that because it's truly not who I am as a human being. I'm a fun-loving guy. I'm very outgoing when it comes to being around people and doing things with people and sharing things with people. And to turn around and shun and be afraid.
Yeah, and what's interesting is one of those families was actually his boss and the brother that married us. And we reconnected not too long ago and talked for quite a while on the phone. And first thing we did was apologize for all the shining.
Yeah, it was horrible.
And thank them, because when our house burnt down in 1989, they were the first ones that showed up and said, can we do anything to help?
You know what? I forgot all about that till just now. You're absolutely right. I forgot all about that.
They were the first ones to show up to see if they could help.
You know what?
These evil
God bless them. Yeah, because I totally forgot about that till you mentioned that.
Yeah, and it took the witnesses several hours before they showed up.
Yeah, no, you're right. I totally forgot. Thank you, Ross and Marianne, for coming out. And
love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you for doing that, because, again, we apologize for those feelings.
For being idiots.
For being, being idiotic and letting Watchtower dictate how we live our personal lives. It's not who we are.
Yeah.
And Carl, I mean, I'm telling you, brother, that video was absolutely priceless to watch how I mean, really, when you watch them Jehovah's Witnesses react, that's how all of us reacted at one time, and now we see how silly it is.
I love the sister, the older sister. She comes walking out, she looks at Carl in the camera and turns her, and it actually runs. It's a good thing we weren't eating. We would have choked. Huh?
Yes. So let's
welcome everybody to their freedom. And I just want to mention a few things here.
Did you want to finish this one now, or do this in another video?
No, I just want to mention a few things, and then we're done with this person.
Yeah, because this is, I mean.
You know, and she mentions about the glee while hoping people's lives are destroyed. See, now that's not the way we look at it. We don't want anybody's lives to be destroyed. But what we see on our side is families being destroyed. We see lives being destroyed because of Watchtower. We see people losing their lives because of the blood issue, you know, refusing blood transfusions. We know of a brother that just passed away for refusing a blood transfusion, and fractions would have saved his life. And the elders did not even tell the family that fractions were now a conscience matter. Do you know how upset that family is now to learn? Because, see, they weren't told this. You may think you already know all this, Leslie, but you don't.
Go ask your elders to take a look at page 111 in the Shepherd of the Flock God. I think it's page 111, paragraph 9. I'll have to reaffirm that. But go ask the elders to take a read of the Shepherd of the Flock God book and tell me if you know it all now. Because there's a section in there that if a Jehovah's Witness takes blood and claim that they were spiritually weak, they'll get a little slap on the wrist. See, this is what's so insidious about what's going on here, Leslie, that you know nothing about. If there's an elder's child dying on an operating table and that child needs blood to save its life, the elder dad can say, son, take the blood transfusion. I'll just convince the elders that you were spiritually weak. You'll be alive. And, you know, you won't be able to pass the mic for 6 or 7 months, but son, you'll still be here. And the other end of the story is that same elder could very well be serving on the hospital liaison committee, telling that family member, do not give that child blood. That's what you don't know, Leslie.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
You don't know of all the suicides that we hear about on this side of family members who plead with their family to associate with them. You know, the witnesses allow the religion to come between them and their families. That they won't even talk to them and shun them, and they end up committing suicide.
Yep.
To me, that makes witnesses blood guilty. You know, and many people don't know this, but this is a violation of human rights under the United Nations Charter.
Yep. There was a couple other comments in there that I wanted to kind of point out.
Yeah, she says, without the witnesses, I would be dead now. Leslie, obviously you haven't even listened to your own December JW broadcast, because the brother in there, he says that it's the Bible that transforms people's lives and saves them. It's not the witnesses, because any religion can come to your door and teach you the Bible. The Mormons, the Baptists, the Catholics, anyone. And it's the Bible that transforms people's lives. You know, prisoners in prison, they're given a Bible. Their lives transformed. Witnesses have nothing to do with that.
Exactly.
So, you know, you need to separate the two. It's not the Jehovah's Witnesses that saved your life. It was your study of the Bible that saved your life.
Even as twisted as it is.
Yeah, the message still gets through.
You know, the thing that she mentions in here, let's see, let me make sure I get her.
Yeah, contrary to all the
detestable propaganda that you
people spew out, the majority of witnesses are more than able to have their thoughts on these matters and are more than able to sift out the garbage from the truth.
No, you can't. You go get your reasoning from the scriptures, go to the cross, download the Imperial Bible Dictionary, fill in the ... fill in the part of the quotation that Watchtower left out, and then take that to an elder and challenge him and see if you can have your own thoughts at that point. You won't be able to, because you will be labeled as a dissenter, or however that elder wants to label you. You just can't have it. But you know, the thing is that what you are condemning the apostates for doing, you your very self do, and you don't recognize it. When you go door knocking, good morning, my name is Leslie. Have you heard the good news? And then you give you a little speech, and all of a sudden that person says, I have a Bible study. Yeah, I'd love to learn about Jehovah. And you study with them, and then, you know, you get this little smile and this glee in your eye because you found a Bible study, and your Bible study makes wonderful progress. They're coming to the meetings. They used to be able to join the theocratic ministry school. They don't have that no more. But they're coming along fine. They're answering, you know, the little Watchtower prepared answers, column by column, paragraph by paragraph. And then all of a sudden one day, they're going over the questions for baptism. Look at the smile on your face. Look at the glee in your eye. They get baptized and you all clap. What a wonderful thing. We saved another person from Babylon the Great. But you don't realize that the very minute that person started studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, you started tearing apart their family. Because see, back in 1972, when my mom and dad started studying with Jehovah's Witnesses, we used to celebrate Christmas with my grandparents. It was a family thing. It was a joyous time of the year. We all looked forward going to Grandma's house for Christmas dinner, opening up our presents and sharing the love of a family unit. When my mom and dad decided to stop celebrating Christmas because of this religion, they ripped this family apart. So the very thing that you're accusing us of doing, you yourselves are doing it, and you just cannot see it because you refuse to see it. Now, the worst of it comes when you come to mine and Kim's point in life. Been a Jehovah's Witness all our life. We've separated from our fleshly families. We don't celebrate holidays, birthdays, or anything with them because that's all pagan. Now, you realize one day that the Watchtower is full of half-truths and lies. Not only have you lost your worldly family decades ago, now you're about to lose your friends and those family members that did become Jehovah's Witnesses.
So maybe we do have a little anger?
Yeah, if you can't see the toxicity of Watchtower, that's your problem, not ours.
Okay. Well, also, she says, I know people that read these spite-filled sites and on wanting to know more about us are very surprised to find out that we are the complete opposite to how we are being portrayed. So thanks for that. Well, we have to thank you because of people talking to you and starting to study with you. We get messages all the time of people that started to study with witnesses, and then they realize that they will lose their worldly family.
Yep.
And then if they get baptized and start asking questions, they could get disfellowshipped and then lose all their JW friends and family. They're learning these truths. They're watching everybody's videos, and guess what? They usually end up on here.
They end up here because this isn't death. This represents life and freedom.
Yeah.
From the Watchtower.
And we get emails all the time thanking us because people have stopped studying or stopped the return visits, because they are learning what witnesses are really like. So thank you for that.
Yeah, despite what JW.org says, Jehovah's Witnesses don't shun. You do. That's a lie printed on that website. That's the reason why us apostates are working so hard to expose every corner of this wretched organization.
We don't want one more person to commit suicide because of being shunned
Or
from
lose
their
their
friends and family.
or lose their life because Watchtower keeps flip-flopping their doctrines about the blood. Can I take blood fractions? Well, in 1961 it was against God's law. A few years ago they said, well, it's a conscience matter. Apparently God doesn't know what the hell he's doing or what he's saying or how he can direct people. God's always had a people, Watchtower says. But yet, this organization flip-flops what God is telling them. This is not being led by God.
Yeah. And I'll end with this. It says, I could never even remotely imagine either of you being anywhere near Christians. How many people did Jesus shun? I mean, Jesus even had a conversation with Satan the devil in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody deserved to be shunned, it would have been Satan.
Well, like Carl also said in his video, go back and read the conversation between God and Satan over the issue with Job.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if anybody really deserved to be shunned and had their, turn their backs on, it would have been Satan.
Well, Carl also mentioned in his video, they just came back from their Imitate Jesus conventions this past summer. How is this imitating Jesus?
Exactly.
So, from what we see, you're not Christians either.
That's right.
But on the good
Again,
note, welcome
to your freedom. Sorry, we didn't mean to turn this into a rant, but
I just get so angry.
Sometimes, they don't stop and think. I mean, we never stop to think. I mean, honey, this is how we were when we were fully indoctrinated. Now we see the absolute stupidity of it, just like everybody here. They're all seeing the stupidity of Watchtower. So yeah, Leslie, you're darn right when you say there's a gleam in our eyes, because there is. Yeah. We're happy that these people are no longer under a man's religious cult.
And just like the one we did yesterday, here's some kids that won't have to grow up the way we did.
Yep.
In fear of Armageddon.
Exactly. So yeah, there's a good twinkle in my eye today.
Well, I was going to say, don't they have a glee in their eye, when you're knocking on doors and someone is hateful and they slam the door in your face? And what do a lot of witnesses do? Turn around.
What did we used to say?
All of them have said, oh, well, that's a goat. I can't wait till they die at Armageddon.
There you go.
Isn't that a glee in your eye?
Exactly. So.
Or, I can't wait till they're destroyed at Armageddon so I can get their house.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I've heard that so many times.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
So we're sorry for our bitter and anger rant, but sometimes...
But trust me, this makes it a whole lot better.
Yes. So, yeah, we are smiling, and this is with glee. We're happy to do this.
Exactly.
So we hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we love you all.
Bye.